Blitz tournament going on, 112 minutes left. I'm going to play in this damn thing. Here I go, right? Join. There's a national master and a couple of good players playing in there. They've got 2 games in front of me, so I can't, it's very hard to win because they've got 2 games in front of me, but I'll do my best. There's 211 players and I'm coming 23rd. And my plan is to try to win all my games as usual. As usual. We did that. Bishop there. Taking was the worst move because he loses a piece. I'll win a piece here with pawn to e5. You can see that one coming, pawn to e4. There's nothing he can do to stop it. He now sees it, but it's too late. That's the trouble. He's only 1169 and he's from France. But we've already played the national anthem. So there you go. Right. Boom. I'm playing in tournament now, Stephen. I'm playing in a 5-minute blitz for the fans. We're doing it for the fans. And we've just won a piece, so it shouldn't be too hard from here. Recapture. Return to where we came from. It's the D file that we want, right? This is what we want. We want that D file because that's the open file. And when you've got a piece up, that's what you want to do. You want to grab the open file. He wants to double there. We'll go on the open file. That was our plan. And we're going to be true to ourselves here. We're going to just go and follow the plan, okay? We're following the plan. And the plan is to eliminate the knight on d5. We're going to eliminate that knight on d5 when it suits us. There he goes. Right, now this is all about timing here. This is all about timing. Oh, he doesn't fall for it. I'm going to attack his knight. What I'm really after is I want control of the D file. Hold on, he's just given me control. So now I go down to the 7th rank and that's where he starts dying, right? He dies now. Dun, dun. He's dead now. He's only 1169, so he doesn't see moves like that. And can you see how we just chop him up in little pieces? And this is all because we did followed the principle of chess and occupied the D file. None of this would have happened so beautifully if we didn't occupy the D file, the only open file on the board. And that's how we penetrated, right? We just penetrated using common sense. Okay, so now another rule in chess is get your pieces working. So there it is, I occupy the open file, right? Very important. Okay, so now it's checkmate, right? Next match. Well, that was a quick game. Okay, so where are we coming in the tournament? Oh, we're coming, we're not even on the board. Here we go. He's attacking. What's he going to do? We're playing Hannibal Force. He's 1222. He's from Belgium. So you get your knights on f6. This is what Stephen would do. I think Stephen's headed towards 1200 now. Stephen should be adjusting his settings on chess.com so that he plays players much higher than himself. And he will improve faster, right? And now we play d5, okay? So it's almost like a bit of a Grunfeld position with the thematic d5. Now, we could get him to move his bishop again, you see? We've got him to move his bishop twice. Lovely, that's what we want. And what else have we got? We've got an isolated pawn to attack. So let's attack his isolated pawn. And when you're playing beginners like Hannibal Force here, often they don't know how to handle. They just can't handle the pressure of an isolated pawn. They don't understand all the ramifications of it, right? The tempos that you get in these kind of positions. I've had this position so many times, and I can virtually play it with my eyes closed. I can play the position with my eyes closed, right? Hold on, I can't see anything. Better get the binoculars out. Okay, righty, let's get the pieces working. Rook here threatens the pawn, right? It's a simple move. Okay. Now rook here attacks the queen. That's a simple move. And our pieces are well positioned. And now all we have to do is play logical chess. Okay. Not easy, but rook c5 looks good. What would that move threaten? Would that move threaten anything? Well, it threatens to take the pawn, doesn't it? Of course it does. It threatens to take the pawn. Well, he's going there. That's okay. Well, surely if we take that pawn off, it's gone. So attacking his queen, we've got all our pieces working, and we've won a pawn. And we control the open file. So we get a connector, hit attack, open spring attack, a knight attacks the bishop, and the bishop attacks the b pawn. So we hit the knight, which defends the pawn, and when the knight moves, we can take the pawn, can't we? Okay, so now we've got 3 pawns extra. Now this is very important, this move. It does nothing. So we can play pawn to king 3. We want to play bishop here, I suppose, there. Oh, he's threatening something. Can you see what he's threatening? He's threatening bishop here. We've got to stop it. Yeah, if he played bishop there, he would win the exchange. Or I could play rook to c8, but he could take the knight. But the point was, why allow all that? There's another open file. He's got control of the open file, but I can go for the other open file, right? I got plan 2. Plan 2 is attack his knight and his bishop at the same time. So we've got a double attack. It's a double attack. And we've got the open file, you see? There were 2 open files, and we've got this open file. And now he's on my bishop. Well, I really want to take his bishop off because bishops are better than knights. Okay, right, so now that we know the bishops are better than knights, we just push the pawn. It's an extra pawn, we'll push it. Right? It's closer to a queen. This is a failed, this is a really bad move. Rook checks, okay, and pin the knight. You see that? Take the knight and save the pawn. Yeah, so we've got 6 pawns and he's got 4 and 2 of his pawns are doubled, okay? So in this position, we'll play rook here and hold the 2 big pawns. Our plan is simple. Oh, look at this. He made a mistake. Fatal mistake. Check. Now we can take the pawn. Now we have the dual purpose of defending our A pawn and attacking an A pawn. Okay. He's almost in zugzwang. I can give him a check. And king here. Okay. Now, in this position, I could take a pawn off, right? No, his king is in a checkmate position, right? So I'll take that pawn off. That stops checkmate. And it also delivers checkmate, right? If I play rook takes pawn, he can't play rook takes pawn check because I take with a king. I take with a king and it's not a draw. If I took with a rook, it would be a draw. If he played rook takes pawn check and I take with the castle, it's a draw. But if I take with the king, it's a win. And now he can't stop either loss of the game or checkmate in one move. Next match. So we won 2 games in a row. And admittedly, they're not really strong players, but as we keep winning, we'll get stronger opponents. We're now playing BVD 20. He's 1182 from Costa Rica. Knight to F6. What we would like to do is vote by chess.com. Good. Right. I'm going to play D6. I'm going to try to get this move in this time. Okay, now this is like the anti-English, right? It's just basically against the beginner. He doesn't know what he's doing. We just get our pieces working. And we've managed to get his bishop off that line. Playing knight b file to d2. c5. I want to strike in the centre where possible. Queen to b6. I want to take that rotten pawn off. Okay. Knight, there's a natural square. Okay, so now I can play knight here and attack his queen. Doesn't do much though. It slows him down a bit. That's one good thing it does. He has weakened my king a bit. Yeah, my position's not great. BVD 20, he's only 1182, but he's playing better at the moment. Play knight f6. It holds my d pawn. It's about all I can say about it, really. It's not a brilliant move by any stretch of the imagination. It's no brilliant move. The open file is the E file in this position. I don't want to go moving my rook to e8. I don't want to block my bishop. I just want to get my pieces working. That's all. Okay, so I can play h6. I can chase his queen away. But why should I? I'm grabbing the open file. The open file is where it's all the action is. He's not threatening anything, so I'm going to come over here and try to control the file. Because he's not threatening anything, I will try to control the open file. I've got full control of the open file now, the only open file on the board. You remember in the last game how instructive it was to control that file. I've got a forced attack here, and it's no good. I've got queen here. That attacks his rook, his d pawn, and his e pawn. Right, so all his pieces are attacked. Give him a check. He's got real problems now. Let's get into him. We've got queen here. Get into him there. On his castle. Take his pawn, rook to the 7th rank. Let's get the rook in too. Let's get all the pieces working. Bring all the material down there. Let's not muck around. Let's just go for it. Okay. He's not threatening anything. Could play bishop here. Get a bit closer to the king. We'll push a pawn. Wait a minute. This is tricky. I can hit the queen. Where does his queen go? Where does his queen go? His queen hasn't got many squares. Exactly. That's the move it has to play. Now we can push the pawn on the knight. Where does the queen go? And you might think I'm looking at the knight, but I'm not thinking about the knight at all. That's not the plan. I want him to worry about the knight. But that's not the plan. It's not the plan. Let's go queen the pawn. Can we queen the pawn? Can we queen the d pawn? I was actually threatening checkmate. That's what I was actually threatening. I'll show you that. I'll threatening queen takes, rook check, king takes, rook to the 8th check, and rook to f8 checkmate, right? That was my real threat. Now his bishop is pinned against his queen. So he can't take the pawn because he loses his queen. And his bishop's attacked twice. So what does he do? Meanwhile, the pawn is being promoted. And this is what you call tying your opponent up in knots. It's called Karpovian style chess. Karpovian from the word Karpov. Karpov used to be called, they used to say Karpov played like a boa constrictor. I'm going to push, I can take the bishop, but if you see a good move, look for a better one. So if you see a good move, look for a better move, right? Next match. And what I was doing was I was promoting the pawn then. If he played with the rook, I could make another queen. Okay. I did that one for the fans. I could have beaten him faster. I'm coming 7th of 429 players now. We're 7th position, 429 players. We have a streak of 3 wins. We're playing Cres 11 from the United States. And really, what this is all about is we're trying to teach players like Stephen, who are only, Stephen, who is only like 1100. We're trying to teach them how to win tournaments with these 1200 players. And if we can just playing d3, his bishop's blocked. So this bishop is blocking that bishop getting out. So I'll just retreat quietly and I'll go back. His plan is good. It's a good plan. His plan is actually good up to that point in time. Now I'm playing bishop to g5. So his plan is still good. I'm going to switch back and hit his bishop, do something he doesn't expect, because I could see a pattern forming where he could get some good positions, and I didn't want that. So I wanted to, now I can actually pin his knight against his castle. Okay. I want to play queen e8. What I'm really planning is I'm planning to play queen to g3, knight to there and knight there. That's my plan. So I'm looking 3 or 4 moves in front, right? He's going there. Okay. So he wants me to take, but I'm not taking his bishop. I just leave him in that position. Leave him in an awkward position. I don't want to help him. I'm not here to be generous. Now I play the knight up. Now I'm threatening rook takes pawn. See? That's a threat. Rook takes f pawn. My plan now, I've got another plan. New plan is to double pawns. Okay, here, pawn takes pawn, right? Is not too bad. Is there better? Not really. Pawn takes pawn. Okay. He's got all his pieces. Now, if he plays knight takes pawn, I can check him. Right? Knight takes pawn, I can check him. That's really important. I give him a knight check if he plays knight takes pawn. If his king comes up, I can give him another knight check. If his king goes to g8, I play rook takes knight, knight e7 check, and knight takes queen. Right? Can you see that? Okay? So if knight takes f5, which looks natural because it is protected, I play knight to g6 check. Well, he's seen it, right? Now I can play pawn here. Is that as good as the other move? Bishop e6 looks even stronger. I'm going to play bishop e6. This is the strongest move. I want to play the strongest move. I don't want to play a second-rate move. I want to play a move that goes right down his gullet, right? Now I can play e4. Now I can connect all the pieces. This is the connection. Now I can move my bishop back. Why should I let his castle come into it? Why should I let that castle come into the game? No! Restrict him. Tie him down. Remember, I've got the extra pawn. There's nothing he can do. Absolutely nothing. He's tied up. He's trying to free his position. So I'll play a4. I want to strike at his weak structure. Right. I'm going to play a5 for the end game. The end game. So that I can get bishop here and take a pawn off in the end game. Win the end game magnificently. How am I going to win it? Magnificently. Okay, so what else am I threatening? I'm threatening knight to g6 check. Can you see it? Knight g6 check. It's a threat. Here it comes. Knight g6 check. And pawn takes. Right? Because I want the open file. It's the only file. I've turned it into an open file. And I want the control. I don't want to give him the control. This is all about control. Maxwell Smart would be so proud of me. Okay, so now what we do? Bishop here. Threatening rook takes rook. Controlling the file. Now we recapture with the rook. Who's got control of the file? Okay? Now we play bishop back. Remember that pawn I told you about over there? Remember that pawn? That pawn's going to win the game. Got it. Now I've got to work out a checkmating line. He wants me to take that bishop. You know what? We're going to take it. Why? Because we've got queen here and a checkmate down the back. And we've got an outside pass pawn as well. Can you see the theme here? So we've got the outside pass pawn and we've got the checkmate down the back because of our pawn on g6 next match. So we're coming 7th place of 468 players. We've got to speed things up, right? So we'll play a Benoni. He's 1498. He's from Colombia. And we're playing b5. So we're throwing the kitchen sink at him. He doesn't know what's going on. He'll probably take the pawn now and think he's won a pawn. Nope, he doesn't. He delays, wastes time, And now we play bishop g7. So we'll play d6. We're happy with the position. His bishop on c4 looks like a pawn, right? Looks like a pawn. So we're happy with that. And now we've got to try to find a way to exploit him. So we're thinking. Don't think too long because you'll lose on time. How about just going for an e5, pass his pawn, hope he takes it off. No, he doesn't. Okay, so now we haven't got that position. We'll try something else. Play a5. Right, and now we'll play knight here. All we want to do is stick a knight on b4, and this is just fast chess, nothing more. If he takes the knight, well, we take with the bishop. Yeah, we'll get a great game now. That's just bad play. But he's a beginner. He's only 1498, 1500. Okay, so we'll play rook on b8. So now we've got the b file. To finish him off, the correct way to play it is probably to play knight to e8, f5 and knight f6. So here we go. We're trying to throw a bit of a mix into the position. We'll just try to bullshit him a little bit. It's a bit of a bullshit move, but it is pressure after all. It's pressure. A long-term plan, if I was playing a tournament game, it'd be different. I could have thrown my queen over to h5 and played bishop h6. Might still do it, okay? Yeah, why not? We'll throw that over there just for fun because he doesn't know what we're doing. He hasn't got the vision, you see. He hasn't got the vision to understand what's going on. Right, so now he's threatening that. We can just we can attack his queen. So we're attacking his queen. We've got a few threats here. We've got bishop h6 coming in. We've got rook on the e pawn. The pawn, our f pawn is attacking his e pawn. Our rook is attacking his a pawn, right? So we can play pawn takes pawn now. I think we can do it. There you go. So we're just taking his e pawn. Thank you very much for that, my friend. Smart250 is now following our channel. So now you can see how we've just sort of created problems for him on this side, problems for him on that side. And even though queen to h5 was a deflection move, right? A deflection move just to give him some trouble. Now, logical chess move by move says, what do we play here? Rook takes pawn is logical. Okay. Okay, now what do we do? What do we do here? We can play bishop to b5. That's one move. Rook to g4. That's not a bad spot. We could double the rooks. Can we do something else? Double the rooks on his bishop. That's just a one move threat. Okay. Bishop hits queen. His knight in the corner is attacked. So all we're doing is just trying to confuse him now. We're on the d pawn. If we can get our bishop on h6, we're activating our bishop, right? So it's an activation, a piece of activation move. Okay, threatening the bishop, that one, we'll move it. I did have another move in that position. I did have rook takes f2, bishop e3, right? So I had that possibility. I moved my bishop back. My first gut move was probably the strongest. Rook takes bishop. Bishop pins, right? Bishop takes knight. Rook takes rook. Knight hits two pawns at once. Bishop takes rook. Now I have to take the b5 here, the pawn on, what's his name, knight takes pawn. So now I've got 2, 4, 6 pawns, and he's got 2 and 2 is 4 pawns. Let's centralise our knight. We'll take a queen check first. Because we know we're gonna bring our knight in. See, now if his queen goes too far away with escapades, remember it's a knight checkmate. Okay. We're also threatening to push the e pawn here. We can play queen here, get a little bit closer to his king. Right, just get a little bit closer to his king. He'll panic. He'll panic. Get a bit closer to his king. Right. I missed the. Oh no, I didn't miss the best move. No, that's okay. I'm threatening knight to f6 check. Here it comes. Knight check there, and it should be checkmate now. I'm not worried about my queen being attacked because I've got checked first. Right? Check, check, check. Hulk smash, and checkmate follows. Okay. Right. Next match. So now we're number 5 of 513 players, okay? Number 5 of 513 players. Edit copy. Right, just put in the message column, edit paste. C5, enter. Right, so we just pasted the link to our stream in chess.com. So just so people can watch if they want to, they can listen to the stream. Queen takes. Rotten old chess.com won't promote me, so I'll promote myself. E6, we'll take, could take the centre. Can't allow D5, knight here. Just get the pieces working. I want to play bishop E7 and castle. Bishop E7's okay. Do have to be careful of knight b5. It's okay at the moment. I don't have to worry about it because I've got my rook on f-file to d8 to hold my backward d-pawn. I'd take a knight off, but you know why? Because it's free! Free, free, free. Woohoo! Next match. Yeah, so he's just dropped a pawn. Space Hero. 1444 rating. Poor old guy. He tried hard, but he just dropped his bananas. It's like being in public and you're dropping your pants, isn't it, eh? You can't drop your pants in public. It's the same with chess. You can't afford to drop your pieces in public, especially not in a big open tournament. We're coming third, first, second, third. We're now third. I'm not giving you the finger, no, of 522 players. We're taking the d-pawn. We've got superior development. So what do? We belt the queen. Develop a piece. Belt the queen. Okay, what's he doing now? He's left this pawn on. We could play queen e2. Whole idea is we're attacking a pawn. What's he doing there? Damn him. Knight here. We're attacking a queen again. Why are we attacking the queen? Because we want to win it, if we can. See what he does. See what he does. I want him to play queen e3. That's even better. d4. Yes! Smack dab straight into the mess. I had knight takes c7 check, and you're right. Folks, you're right. You're 100% right. That was a better move. However, this wins a piece, and we can just finish him off with a queen takes pawn check. Okay, we're attacking his queen, attacking his king, and if queen takes queen, knight takes queen. Okay, so what's he doing? He's moving his queen back. Okay, so we'll take that off. Do we have to take it off? Can we do anything more brilliant? Can we? We'll give him a check just because he's a banana. Knight takes pawn. We're threatening knight takes. Oh no, he's taken that one. We'll take back here with a check. Oh no, the poor guy doesn't know how to play. And now we'll take his bishop. He's got no pieces left. Hold on, he's trying to attack. Attack, attack. No, it's a nail. Okay, so we'll give him a castle and check him again. He's going there. Rightio, what do? Rook's on the open file. Remember that I've told you about that open file, how important it is. Develop your bishop on an active square. Rip off a knight, always rip off a knight when you can, give him a check. Rook to the 7th will threaten a checkmate in 1. We're number 3 of 522 players. He resigned, great. And we still can't move up. We're trying to move. We've got to play fast. Got to win lots of games fast. That's the way to win these tournaments. It's actually possible for me to win this tournament now. There's 70 minutes to go. 70 minutes, 49 seconds. Oops, bad move. Drop the pawn. Drop the e-pawn. No problems. We've got a double attack on it. So he's up to no good here. He's going there. He wants to... Well, we'll take that too. We'll take that. We'll take everything. Now we'll take that one. At least we get our piece of pawn back. It's okay. Got everything held. We're taking a bishop, defending our pawn. We're sweet for the moment. We'll get our bishop up here. We're threatening knight checks. It's Verenic. She's 1684. He's from Australia. This is really an important move. I'm going to play bishop c4. See, on e2, I normally move my king on c2 in these positions, but this bishop has a potential of coming here and attacking my king on c2 and causing major havoc, right? So I don't like major havoc in those kind of positions. So I'm just going to, this is a good move by him. King e2, f3. So all I'm doing is I'm just fortifying my position. I'm going to put a rook on the a file to d1, h file to d1. Okay. So it's all about square control. Everything is about square control here. There's one other thing I just discovered, and that is that I have the queenside majority. So you might notice, what is a queenside majority? Well, queenside majority is I've got 3 pawns on the queenside, and he's got 2. Okay, that's called the queenside majority. You can get a minority attack with a queenside majority, and it can end up being very powerful. So really, and now I've got the 2 bishops in a sort of an open game, and we all know that the 2 bishops are very, very strong in an open game. And as Mr. Rosman just said recently, one of the most important things in chess is to identify when you can exchange one rook, right, to win the endgame, okay? Exchange one rook to win the endgame. Okay, so that's what I'm about to do. But it is bishops of opposite colours, admittedly. So I'm making it hard. I'm making it hard for myself to win the endgame. But I'm doing my best to win it all at the same time. I'm trying to work out a way to win it, but I can't work out a way to win it. I'm going to play it there. I'm going to expand. At some stage, I've got to push my pawns. At some stage. I put my pawn on a black square. In these endgames, it's sort of not too bad. They're bishops of opposite colours, right? So I'm purposefully, I've now got the idea of rook here and rook here, right? So he's moved his bishop offline. This could be bad for him. Okay, so I can improve my rook position now. Remember, the only open file was controlled by him, but now he's allowed me to activate my rook. It's a big mistake. You can't just let me activate my rook. You can see how powerful my rook is getting, just slowly, ever so slowly, but I'm activating my rook. The rook is even more active now. There's a check there. Look at this check. I don't want to change rooks in that position. This is a tricky one. I'm going to play king. Oh, he wants to play there. Oh, then I've got no choice. I've got to play bishop here. Okay. Oh, he played the wrong move. He's given me an outside pass pawn. I've got an outside pass pawn, folks. I don't worry about that. I've got a major majority here. A major majority of a 3-1 in a king of pawn endgame. A 3-1. So this can be frightening stuff for him. And he should be frightened, really, really frightened. Pushing the pawn for a queen, what does he do? He goes there, all right then, I'll go here. I'm threatening king takes pawn. I'm moving my king up to support my pawns for a pawn attack. What does he do? These are the questions he's asking himself. What do I do here? So he's getting desperate. I'm pushing a pawn on. What does he do? He's moving up. I can play king here. And what does he do? King takes pawn. Bishop there. I'm holding it. I've got to be careful here. Pawn to knight 4. Pawn up. King here. This is a key move. On his pawn. Bishop here stops the pawn from queening. I've got to push my pawns for a queen. It's really important. I'll take his pawn off. I'll move here. Play king here. And I won on time. Next match. That was a tough game. I played badly in the opening, but my endgame was far superior. E4. I'm coming second place of 607 players. 62 minutes left on the clock. We're playing the Roy Lopez, and we're playing Space Hero again. The mighty Space Hero. He's 1496 rating, and he's spaced out. He'll be spaced out by the time I'm finished with him. Anyway, I'm attacking him somehow. I don't know how, but I'm just going to try my best. I'm going to push the pawn on, right, because I want open lines of attack. I don't want him to castle. I don't want him to have any rest, no peace. I want to come in and get him. I want to punish him. bad. How bad do I want to punish him? Real bad. Okay, Queen C4 might have been better, but it is Blitz chess after all. Let's attack his knight. His knight's another compromised piece there in his position. He's thinking about it. He's got 4 minutes and 11 seconds left. I'm number 2 of 607 players, and I've got to keep winning. So I'm moving my knight up to attack his bishop. I'm trying to take advantage of his displaced pieces. Now I'm taking the pawn. Now I'm taking the what's his name? I'm taking the pawn again. He thinks he's taking my bishop. I'll take his knight. And now you can see the purpose of my position. Oh, he's attacking my knight. Good move. I've got a queen check here. Causes him all sorts of trouble. But I don't know that it's good. Queen here is even better, I think. Queen here. Queen here. So I've got the open file now. Remember again, how many times have I got to tell you the open file, how powerful the open file is? Look at this rook here. It's the only open file on the board. Look at the power of the open file, will you? He's not doing anything, so we'll take a pawn off. Nothing, no threats. Give him a check. His king is compromised. We have the open file, so we'll change rooks. Take the check, take a pawn, and you can see we've got 6 pawns. Now change queens. The ending is a complete win. So we attack his weak pawn. That's the only pawn we need to win the game, but we'll take it. We'll attack the rook. We'll just attack everything. Next match. He knew that it was all over. That was the end of Space Hero. We're number 1. We're coming first. First place. First place of 643 players. D6. Okay, knight F6. We're attacking the E pawn. Okay, I'll play E5. We'll try to make that bishop look like a pawn. Okay, C6. We're going to try to attack the centre. We'll distract him. We'll fin shadow our bishop. The castle. Get another knight working. Hit the bishop. Take a pawn off. Whoop. Take it that way. If you take it the other way, you lose a piece. So we just take it that way. Move back. Hit him again. Don't give him any rest. No respite. Attack his horse. We're attacking his castle at the same time. And his queen. Everything's attacked. Whee! Grab that one. Grab the rook. We'll take his castle off. We'll give him a check. Checkmate follows. Okay, next game. Number 1 of 643 players. Woo, woo, woo. And we're fighting. Pretty hard. I'm making it hard for you guys to vote. If you're doing any voting, I don't know, no active voting. Good. We'll go back into the chat. Say hello to Stephen. I'm back into the chat. I had that chess.com voting thing up, but I suppose the games are going too fast to vote, eh? That's just a good blitz move sometimes. It's just a bit of a bullshit move. Because sometimes I'll play E6 or something and just grab a queen for nothing, get on to the next game. Play knight here, B file to D2. Idea is to play E6. Try to get bishop D3 in. Try to get E4 in if you can. Okay, I've got double pawns. Take that off. knight in the middle, and just push a pawn. Oops, bad luck, he's just dropped a piece. And now queen to b3. So I'll get a b pawn now if he doesn't change queens. So now I'm just a piece up and the queens are exchanged. With the queens exchanged, I can now just go into my super chess mode and just attack weaknesses. See, there's a weakness down there. So we just attack it. And we take it too. We don't take it. No, we found a better move. Knight takes pawn. My knight is very powerful indeed. So I move my rook up here. So what I'm doing is I'm controlling that line. Now I'm doubling the rooks on the weak pawn. He's not doing anything, so I'm playing knight over here. I'm threatening that pawn, threatening a check, and threatening rook takes pawn. So I've got 3 threats, not 1, not 2. I've got 3 threats. Okay, so we'll take a pawn with check. Move the knight back. And no threats there, is there? We just push the pawn past. So we've got a better pawn configuration. His rook looks stupid here. That's an interesting move. I'm going to play pawn here. Support the knight, because I'm envisaging that I need my knight on c4. Right, so I want to put my knight here on c4. It's a very powerful square. So I'm always looking for powerful squares. Okay, let's move the rook in a little bit closer. Push the pawn a little bit closer. And take a pawn off. So there we go. We've penetrated his position. Oh no, he's just dropped his rook. He couldn't see the power of my knight. Next match. So we're still coming first of 674 players now. Get ready! Charge! Playing e4. Knight f3. We're playing Dunia S3 K4K 1485 from Indonesia, and we've just given him a pawn. And why do we give him a pawn? Because we assess that he's 1485 rating and we are a lot stronger and he doesn't know how to play chess. So we just get our pieces out and checkmate him. And then maybe he'll learn how to play chess by the time we're finished with him. We are now threatening the old double attack down there. We're going to get a piece out, and our idea is to go to knight to d5. We'll play pawn to king 5 first. We're going to dislodge the knight on f6. Yes, dislodging the knight on f6. Attacking the queen with the knight. Oh, pawn takes pawn was stronger. Missed it. Arr, arr, arr. I had a stronger move. I'll take the pawn. I'll take the pawn anyway. He goes there, right? Now what do? I've got knight checks. That's a killer. I like knight checks. I like it. And we'll take his bishop. Why do we take his bishop? Yes, I know you're asking yourself why, but it's because we want to nick that little pawn. I want to play knight here. Oh, he's got that damn thing. Damn it. Okay, right here. I've let him back in the game again. Okay, I played badly. Punish me. I missed the best move. Bishop takes pawn was fantastic. Well, now, the best move for me is to push the pawn on the queen, right? Push the pawn on the queen. Okay, now, this is tricky. Do I play knight takes pawn check, or what do I do? I've got bishop to rook 3. My problem is this pawn's weak. It's annoying the crap out of me. I've got a weak pawn. Damn it. I'll take his knight. And I'm going to attack his rook. I'm trying to attack. Oh, no, that's a bad move. Geez, just lost the game. Oh, that's a really bad move. He could have just played bishop takes pawn. He was okay, but now I do this move. Look at that. That's so strong, that move. He's just dreaming. He's dreaming. I'll take his rook. I'm just going to grab all the heavy pieces. I'll take that pawn. Rook to e1. With the idea of rook e8. Rook e8. Oh, hold on, Jadoub. He was on a rook. Wow, sneaky play. Oh, no, he's on that one too. He's actually got a few threats. I don't believe it. The dirty dog. Okay, I'm going to play bishop here. Yeah. Okay. I'm holding my 2 pawns. I've got my rook now. Now that his queen's moved, I can move my rook to the 8th rank. So I'm threatening to have a new queen. He's going there, so I'll just take his rook off. Gets rid of that, doesn't it? Threaten his knight. That's always fun. Just threaten his knight. Threaten checkmate. Checkmate alert. Checkmate alert. Oh, well, there you go. He didn't like checkmate, did he? Threaten his bishop. It's good to threaten things in chess. And g6. Now that our back rank is protected, we're going to have the magnificent move, rook e8. And by God, that will hurt him. First things first, we'll give him a check here, and we'll take his bishop off. But we'll take it gently. Whoop! And now he's got to worry about things. This is where he has to start worrying about rook e8. Stephen's dog is talking again. Well, we'll give him a check. What? That's not a check. All roads lead to victory. Yeah, next match. That was a checkmate attack, right? If he took the queen, he would have been checkmated in 2 moves or 3 moves, something like that. We've mated in about 3 moves. I'm still coming first of 707 players. More players are entering the arena. And we're trying to win these games. We're playing Dog from Guatemala. And we're getting our pieces out. Castling. Attacking his bishop. Right. And we'll play d4. We'll play d5. No, we won't. Play bishop b3. We'll fall for the trap. I know it's a trap. I know it's a trap, but we sometimes like traps. I don't know why, but we do. We'll push the pawn on. Let's see what happens here. And then we'll play g4. And the whole idea is I walked into the trap on purpose to see if I could get away with it. I'm just I'm just experimenting to see if I can get away with all this garbage. And just how many pieces do I get for the queen? I think I've got 3. Right, I think I worked it out. I've got 3 pieces for my queen. So my whole idea is I've got to try to outplay him now with the 3 extra pieces. Well, we'll take that one there. So that one's gone. So I'm attacking 2 castles, right? He's got to check over here. So I'm just trying to confuse him now with science, chess science. So he takes a pawn off, he doesn't know what to do. So we'll take his bishop, we check, and we'll take his rook in the corner. You see, the whole idea is we want to checkmate him. I'm running my bishop over towards the king. I'm doing this for the fans, by the way. I purposely ran into a book trap so that I can checkmate him, you see. Brilliantly. How? Brilliantly. Oh, there's a check. That's almost checkmate. He's walked into a checkmating attack. Checkmating attack. Checkmating attack. Yes! What a masterpiece. You purposely walk into a trap. I purposely walked into a book trap so I could counter trap him with my bullshit only because I'm a stronger player and I knew that I could outplay him. Isn't that sneaky? That is ultra sneaky. But I did it for the fans. I didn't do it for my own self-glorification. No, I did it for my fans, right? That reminds me of the scene in the movie, the great film by the great director, what's his name? No. Hold on, I'll get there in a second. Lawrence of Arabia, and it was Dean or something, wasn't it? Lawrence of Arabia. Anyway, in this scene, in Lawrence of Arabia, Anthony Quinn is playing the sheik. He's not really a man of much principle. Anyway, he's really after the gold, right? He's after the gold in this city which he wants to rape and pillage, right? And then he gives them this bullshit speech. He says, oh, the city that he's going to rape and pillage. Oh, that's a Noah's Ark trap, by the way. The city he wants to rape and pillage is called Akbar, A-K-A-B-A-H. It's based on history. And he says, and why do I go to Akbar? He says, why do I do this? Is it for the gold? No, I do it because I am a river to my people. And they all get up and cheer. His bullshit. He did it for the gold. But he says he did it because he was a river to his people. And they believed all this shit, right? I think it's something similar to what the governments of the world are doing to the public right now. Anyway, it's my move and we don't want to lose, so we're going to pinch a pawn. When you see a good move, look for a better one. You don't have to take the bishop. You just take a pawn. Then give him a check. You don't want him to castle. You don't want him to have an easy game. So you just give him a bit of a check, and then you can take his bishop off when you're ready, when you're ripe and ready, when you're rough and ready. Yeah, there used to be a cartoon when I was a kid, and the name of the cartoon was The Rough and Ready Show. The Rough and Ready Show, yeah. It was little rough, and ready. And I think he was a dog. One was rough and one was ready. Rough and ready. Anyway, what I'm looking at now is I've got a plan. See that file? Yes, he's got a plan. He wants to give me a check. But before he gives me the check, I castle, right? Boom! And straight away, he hasn't got a check, and I've got an attack on his king through a semi-open file. What's the difference between an open file and a semi-open file? Well, the difference, my friends, is that there is one pawn on there blocking the file, right? One pawn. But if there was a white pawn and a black pawn, it would be a closed file. With no pawns, it's an open file. And queen takes pawn threatens checkmate, right? That's what it threatens. It threatens checkmate in one move. So you've got to stop it. So he's got to stop it, right? So it's not easy. We don't make things easy for him. So what we'll do is now we'll just retreat our queen here. And the whole idea is now we've got to get our pieces over towards his king. We can't let his king rest for a minute. So what we do is play knight here and attack his queen. And why do we do that? Because we want to recapture with the bishop, threatening rook takes pawn check, right? Okay, so he goes there. So we've got king g7. King g7 is not bad. He hasn't got any attack on my king. So he goes there, right? Okay, so I'm going to play pawn to b6 because if my bishop gets displaced, he gets the b pawn, right? So now I can play the drop-dead sexy move. Where's the drop-dead sexy move? No. Knight, there's a sexy move. We're playing a sexy move, right? Okay, so now we're playing knight here, and we're threatening knight takes bishop. So can we take that bishop off? Yes, we can. What can we do next? Well, if he takes back, we can rook check and take his queen off the board. So he doesn't take. He doesn't take. Well, I can hit two castles at the same time. Hitting two castles at the same time is better than hitting one castle because we can take one off. And then what's he do? Well, he's going to cry in a minute. So we'll push a pawn. There's no threats. And we have two castles, two bishops and one queen, and he's threatening bullshit. So we'll just play queen here and threaten queen takes pawn check. No mucking around, straight down the gullet. That's right. Now we can play all moves lead to victory, but we're going to bang, threaten the pawn, right? And why do we threaten the pawn? Because we want to open up our pieces. And why do we do that? Because I am a river to my pieces. That's right. These are my little people. All the pieces, all the little pawns. I learnt that from our international master, Robert Jamieson from Victoria once. He said, your chess pieces are all like your little pawns and that, your little bishops and your knights and your queens. They're all your little people. And your job is to protect them all, right? That's your job. Your job is to protect them and to war on your opponent and to cause him harsh trouble. Give him lots and lots of curry. Anyway, he's going to get lots of curry in a minute. And it won't be chicken curry. So it's all over Red Rover. And wait till this castle comes in. I've still got one castle in the corner. It's not quite ready to come in yet, but we're on our way. There's a check. There's another one. Is he going to go forwards or backwards? Will he go forwards or will he go... Oh, he's coming forwards. Guess what? It's a checkmating net. It's a checkmating net. I've got a checkmate here and a checkmate there. Look at that. It's very good for solving problems, the old chess, isn't it? Look, see, there's a check. And that's mate. Next match. We're still coming first. 805 players now in the tournament. 35 minutes left and we have to maintain the lead. We've got to battle. We're not mucking around here. We're after victory. We don't want second place. So we've got to keep battling. We're playing for the fans. Come on, here we go. C5. We're playing National Master Kismet 6. He's 1954. So the stronger players are coming into the tournament now. And they want to beat me down. They want to beat me. They want to take it away from me. They want to take away the sweet sense of victory that I'm feeling. They want to take it away. They're cruel people. So we're playing bishop there. Being a national master, he knows that. Oh, boo! That's the way. Get rid of that bishop. That silly, sorry little bishop. We'll play knight f6. We'll attack a pawn. E5, we'll kick the bishop out. And now we've got a variation of a Sicilian, believe it or not. We get a variation of the Sicilian where this bishop, this knight on f3 is badly placed. So we've actually got a really great game after bishop e6. Oh, we've got a beautiful game. Oh, we love it. We love it. How much do we love it? Oh, we love it to death. Oh, this is just a desperado move. Doesn't do anything. We just play bishop e7. And we'll castle. And we've got a great game, right? Great game for the fans here. Just a great game. Castle. Great game for the fans. We'll play a6. If he takes the knight, the pawn takes. We've got lovely pawn structure for the endgame. He knows trouble follows. He's thinking, Jesus, I've got a shit position against the master. I know what he's thinking. And now what do we do here? D5 is good. All roads lead to victory, but D5 looks strong. I've got to play it. It's a strong move. And now knight takes looks logical. Knight takes pawn. So Black's achieved all his goals. Knight takes knight. We'll double the pawns. He's got double pawns now. He's got a shit game. And now we can play f5. That must be good. Gee willikers, that's a good move. Just threatens e4. Threatening e4. And the young master is gone. His only hope is bishop h6. Yes, he knows that. But after pawn here, I'm threatening to move my bishop. What does he do? This is the key position. The key position. And I'm on 3 pieces. I can't take any of them at the moment. Hold on, he's taking that one. If I take the bishop, what will he do? You take that one. I'll take the bishop. And I'm going to hit the rook. So I'm now threatening a rook, a queen, and a bishop. Right? So I'm threatening a rook and a queen and a bishop. So it's not easy for him. And I've got an extra piece too. I've also got an extra piece up. So I'm killing him. So he takes that one. Okay, so that's just a little trick move. And I'll take that one. And now he's just a castle down, a whole castle down, with no opportunities. He hasn't even got a check. He's got no opportunities in the position. He's totally dead. And now I can play bishop takes pawn. How many pieces have I got extra? Oh, 1. I can play a rook here. Just get more pieces working because his position's so bad. So he's going there. He can't attack my queen. His castle's in the corner. I'm threatening everything here. I'm now threatening knight takes pawn check. I'm threatening knight takes pawn check. So he's in check. He's a fighter. He's a fighter, but it won't help him. So I'm threatening now rook to h4. I'm going to checkmate him. I'm going to blast this guy all the way back to the United States. I'm going to destroy this national master. I'm going to totally destroy him. Now he wants what? 1 check or something. So I'm just going to play a rook here, and that's the end of the game, right? That's the end of his game. So I'll play king here. and he resigned. Kismet, next match. I'm coming first of 870 players, and National Master Kismet from the United States has been butchered by the master. So I'm playing D5. I'm playing RRVA, 1557 from Colombia. So got another one of our Colombian champions on the board. We pinched his pawn. We'll get our pieces working. It's fatal. Queen takes knight. We just won a piece. A whole piece for nothing. He's sacrificing his bishop. He's castling. He's going to lose his castle in a minute. He's going to lose his castle as well. All his pieces are collapsing with every single move. Every move he plays, he loses another piece. Bang, he's just lost his castle. Okay, so what we do now, we get our knight working. And we put queen here. And we threaten the queen change. And there's nothing he can do. We've got queen to h6 check coming in. We've got pawn takes pawn. We've got an extra castle. We'll take his queen. And that's the end of him. He's dead. He's a dead duck. Look at all the pawns we've got. Look at all the pieces we've got. We've got magnificent pawns, magnificent pieces, and everything is defended. We've got a beautiful centre, rolling pawn centre, ready to checkmate him. We just played quiet move, threatening g5, attacking his bishop, sending it back into oblivion. We'll play knight to d5, just threatening his bishop, sending it back to oblivion. Rook on the, what's his name here, to the e8, with the idea of forcing our pawns through. Centralising our knights, our powerful knights, so we can go and enter on f6, putting more pressure on the already pressurised position of the black pieces. Okay, so what do we do now? We play bishop d3. So that if he does play knight c4, he collapses in a different way, but he's always collapsing. Knight takes knight. Pawn takes, a knight goes back. We're threatening the b pawn, the c pawn. So the c pawn's going to collapse. Once the c pawn collapses, will we go for the second c pawn? What will we do? We play rook e7. We always find a better move. That defends the pawn. So after knight takes pawn, he can't play rook takes pawn check. He still can't stop knight takes c4. He's collapsing on all fronts. Folks, bring in an ambulance. Ambulance required. Okay, so let's rip off his bishop. That's one less piece that he's got. Rip off his pawn. Give him a check. Rip off another pawn. When you see a good move, find a better one. There's a better move coming. Yes, folks, a better move. What is it? Can you see the better move? We know what it is. We're not going to take the pawn. We're going to play rook here. Why? Why do we play rook there? Because we're activating our rooks. We're going for the checkmate. That's what we're doing. We're going for checkmate now, folks. We're getting him in the mating net. He's trying to run. There's a check. He's trying to run out of the mating net. He's trying to run, but it won't help him. He can't run against the FIDE master. Impossible. Where's the mate? Where's the mate? There's a check there. That'll give him curry. And a check here. That'll give him curry. Where's he going next? Mate a lot. Checkmate a lot. Bang! Checkmate. We always knew he was in a mating net, didn't we, folks? Number one of 902 players. So we headed towards 1,000 players in this tournament. We're coming first, not second or third or fourth. We're coming first and we're powering on. And who are we playing? We're playing J.W.I. Dude. He's 1793. He's from the United States. I haven't got time to play the national anthem. I'm sorry, folks. No national anthem for the United States here. We're playing Queen to F3. He's done this delayed Bishop E7 line. He might know what he's doing. It's a bit of a worry. You've got to worry when they know what they're doing. Here he goes. He's switched to the more traditional lines now with Queen C7. Will he play B5? Will he play B5? That's what we're asking ourselves. Or does he want to castle into the attack? We're going to take that knight. We're going to take that knight. We're taking it. We're not mucking around. We're not mucking around. We're not here to be sweet. We're just taking the knight off. Now, Bishop B5. I often offer them a piece in this position just to confuse them. He takes that one, we'll take his knight with check, and we'll take with the bishop, with the rook. Now the whole point of the game, the point of our game, we're going to play rook on the open file, semi-open file, and he's got a d-pawn that looks piss weak. His d-pawn. What does his d-pawn look like? It's piss weak. Okay, rightio. So what do we do now? Well, we've got to kill him. How do we kill him? How do we kill him? How do we kill him? They're asking. Well, we can play queen here. That's always a good move. And we'll see what he does. His king is weak. We've tripled up. We've got full development, full power, and we've got time on our hands. Rook takes pawn, looks good, doesn't it, folks? Yes, straight into him for the end game. Rook takes rook. What has he got? Rook takes rook. Oh, no, we've got to play pawn here. That's really important, actually. That's an important move. That was an important move. Rook takes rook was a trap. He would have played queen takes pawn check. So he set a trap there, the JWI dude. He set a good trap. Give him credit where credit's due. He set up a good trap. And he's also given himself an outside chance in the endgame here. An outside chance. So I've got to be a bit cautious. I wonder what the right move here is. It's a simple move, but it looks logical. Just get room for the king, safe position, and just control the file. If he takes the rook, the pawn takes. Not a problem. He wants to penetrate the position. Now he can't take the pawn with check. So I'm going to belt him. So everything is held. We've achieved all our goals. And he has played tricky chess, very tricky chess. But I'm ahead on time. Unfortunately, I might lose my first position in the tournament because he's taking so long. Because I like to win my games quickly and he's fighting like a tiger. Oh, he's got his bishop pinned. Problems, problems, problems. He got his bishop pinned. Now he's really worried. He's using up his time and he's really, really worried. And we're going to pass pawn. Next match. Coming number 1 of 934 players, and we're still in first place. He pushed us to the limits. JWI dude, we salute you. You played good chess. That was the toughest game so far. He played really tough chess. Give credit to him. Give credit. We're playing Triton Days from Canada. Triton Days. We just get our pieces out. We won't be trying to do too much here in the opening. That was a wasted move. That was good. That was nice of him. So he's made a wasted move. Castle. Take his knight. Grab that rotten thing. Take his pawn. And we'll take that one. Now, the whole idea is, in this position, we want to play a good move. We want to play a really good move here, and we can't see it. Play Queen E2. It's not too bad. That's not too bad. Queen E7. There goes his pin his knight. We'll shift our king. Push our pawn. You see, what we're trying to do is we're just trying to confuse him a little, let him think he's winning, and then blast him off the board. Basically, just blast him off the board. So now we're going to rook pin his knight. Attack 2 pieces at once. Is that good? Is that good? I'm not sure about this one. Got to be careful here. Attack 2 pieces at once. Don't like it. There's something wrong with it. Take 2 pieces at once. Try it. Might have to sacrifice the exchange here or something and do something ultra sicko. Dun, 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 dun. He's dead. Checkmate alert. Checkmate alert. Checkmate alert. Whee. Well, he had a good game. He actually had a better game than me at the end, but he didn't understand the position. Unbelievable. He gets overconfident. They get overconfident sometimes. Knight F3. We're coming first of 956 players. That was a good, quick game, that one. Playing C3 just to hold my centre pawn. I'm getting a bit too excited here. I'm all pumped. I'm going to take that because mainly I want to try to hold the pawn. I'll give him a check first. Check first. It's not so good. I'll play knight C3. Then I'll just play bishop C4. I won't waste time. No wasting time here. I'll play bishop here. I'm taking a knight. See, he wants to get his pawn back. And I'm saying to him, you can't have your pawn back. That's what I'm saying. I'm virtually saying to him, buddy, you cannot have your pawn back. I'm just being a pain in the butt. He's thinking, oh, hold on, but I'm supposed to get my pawn back in this position. And he can, too. He can get his pawn back. Damn him. He can get his pawn back. I can't stop him getting his pawn back, but I'll do whatever I can to be a pain in their butt. I can castle. Then I hold everything. God, what a mess that will be. What a messy game. Oh, he played the wrong move. I'll castle then. And I'll play bishop to e2. That's all right. Everything's still held. I'm still holding my pawn. He's still trying to get his pawn back. He's going to have nightmares about this pawn. He's not going to be able to sleep for weeks. Oh, I came second. Oh, bugger. I came second of 992 players. Ah! I came second that stupid last game. Oh. And one draw. One draw. Oh. I came second. Oh no, it says it. Levy D. Billy. How come he played so well? Just a good lightning player. Hey, listen, I hope you... Yeah, I came second. Second of 992 players. Ah! Shocking. Second of 992 players. Yeah, so that was a shocker. Now, who would like to play me in the chat? Mick3C, would you like to give me a game? If not, what I might do is wind up this session and go and look for a raid channel. I'm looking for a raid channel and Logic Chess. Start raid. I'm raiding Logic Chess with 2 viewers, 3 viewers. We're raiding Logic Chess.